Hi, you guys. I'm here. Hi. I don't know where my earbuds are right now, so. Whew, I'm sweaty. I need some powder. Ew, yucks. I definitely need some powder. Good Lord. What is happening here? I'm gonna use this bright of a light. How about that? Ooh. Don't look too closely because I obviously need some powder. I'm all sweaty. Hi, you guys. What is up? What is up, everybody? Never saw a reminder. Yeah, it's because I didn't put one out today. I know. Thank you. I'm playing with new makeup and I didn't put any like setting powder on it, so I'm a little shiny. Yeah, thank you, you guys. It is Sigma Enchanted Palette on my eyes, and it is gorgeous. Hi, Erica. Hello. For those of you for whom these things you care about, now I'm walking around. Yeah, I didn't really put any setting powder on because, like, really, what do I need? I mean, like, gonna go to bed after this, right? Nakawa's here. So, this palette, Sigma Enchanted Palette, and this is what it looks like. And it comes with this double-ended brush, and it is gorgeous. Gorgeous. The puppies are right here. I've got one under my legs and one next to me. Hi, Lunchbox. They're right here. There's Snack Pack and Lunchbox. Hey. Yeah, hey, everybody's here today. Yeah. So I don't really have a lot of tea, you guys, so hit me with your questions. These lashes are also on their last leg. I need to throw these ones away. Anyway, so how is everybody? I don't really have a lot of tea. We can talk about stuff. Their nicknames are Lunchbox and Snack Pack, yes. They are, Luna is the little one, and Tony Soprano is the bigger one, but we call him Snack Pack and Lunchbox. Tony! There's no cat in there. I promise you. So we call them Snack Pack and Lunchbox because we're big fans of Kevin Smith and Jay and Silent Bob. So that's where that comes from. They are lab mixes, black lab mixes. So I don't think Erica's allowed to go live with me, you guys. I'm sorry. And none of the cast members can. TLC, no, they don't get residuals. Am I aware of the drama between Cheryl's world? I have heard there's drama. I'd stay out of drama regardless of the location. But I think, like whether it's here on Instagram or whether it's on YouTube, I stay out of it. So, I mean, I'm aware that there is drama. I just am not part of it, and I don't pay attention to it. A YouTube blogger says I'm getting paid by TLC? Really? Oh, that's a new one. Actually, it's not true. People have said I work for TLC. No, I don't get paid by TLC. If I did, I would like to see those checks. That'd be nice. You guys, I'm just dying over... Oh, my mascara is flaking. This new mascara I'm trying out, but I'm dying over these eyeshadow colors. It's a little heavy-handed on the gold there. But how gorgeous are those colors? My God. Really heavy-handed on the gold over here. Larissa's not really with Eric. Official Backwoods Barbie is the one that told... Oh, really? Huh, interesting. I've talked to her a couple times. She's never asked me that outright, but, whatever. What's the drama between the blogger and baby girl Lisa? Okay. We talked about this last week on the broadcast a little bit in our social media roundup. And that is that she's gone to war with this account that's gone to war with Lisa, and it's so confusing and it's messy, and I don't know anything. Honestly, I don't know a lot about it. TLC peeps aren't even Patreon subscribers. She's not a new blogger. She's been on YouTube, without a crystal ball. She's been on YouTube for a long time. She's just trying to expand her Instagram following at this point. So that's what that is. So I don't, okay. The first day of filming for the tell-all. Yes, we actually talked about these, not the leaks, but some of the other, stuff about like Ash and Avery and some others. I'm trying to think back, but it's hard for my brain to remember that far back. It was a couple weeks ago. What is up with Lana? What is, like, what do you want to know that's up with Lana? What do you want to know? She's real. And who's been telling you she's real the entire season? We have. What's the deal with Lisa's toe? Oh my god, that picture. It's floating around. Okay, yeah, do a Q&A. You're right. That's good. That's great. Hanakawa. This is why I have Hanakawa as my co-host, right? Questions. If you have questions, hit the little question mark, and I will answer those. I will try to do that. Was she the drunk on with baby? I have no idea what the question is. Okay. So this is the first question. Did Rose get paid by TLC? I don't know. I don't know what her contract looked like. I have no reason to think that she wouldn't have gotten paid. You hear a lot that the foreign partner doesn't get paid by TLC, but what that is actually the foreign partner can't get paid by TLC when they're filming in America because they don't have work authorization for the United States. They can work in their home countries, though, yeah? So I have no reason to suspect Rose didn't get paid. Any behind-the-scenes information on Benjamin and Akini Unquarantined episode? We know that she hasn't gotten her interview yet. It's not going to happen anytime soon. So yeah, I mean, really, not really. Lana might be real, but the relationship... Well, okay, so... Define relationship, okay? Everybody is in a relationship for their own reasons, right? Like, we talked about this some on our Patreon, the episode that dropped today. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted again. And this always happens. This is why I can't do this sometimes. Okay, so relationships. Lana gets something out of the relationship. David is getting something out of the relationship. It might not be what you or I traditionally would want out of a traditional relationship, but they're each getting something out of it, right? So, and it works for them. You know what I mean? So, does that make sense? Well, we can't define their love. Right, exactly. Like, David knows what he's getting with Lana. Lana knows what she's getting with David. So, while it might not be, like, true love in the definition that you and I might want, it's still a real relationship. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I'm not going to judge that. Well, I mean, I do judge some stuff. I don't particularly judge David and Lana. You know, she has been friends with him for 7 years. she's gotten companionship and friendship out of it, and maybe a certain kind of love. She could possibly get a green card out of it as well. He's gotten companionship, a young beautiful lady on his side. There it is. I don't think Ash is a gigolo. Thank you guys. Your compliments on my eyeliner is not black enough. I would need to go over it a few more times, but I was running late as it was. So, yeah, so Lana didn't get that $100,000. Like, none of the money that went to that website, she didn't get a cut of any of it. So did TLC pay Lana to meet him? I mean, I think they paid her for her appearance on film, just the way that on camera, the way they do anybody else. All right, let me start. Like, there's a ton of questions now, so let me. Michael can't get a visa because he's in Nigeria. Okay. What was the tea on Steph and Erica from the first day of the tell-all? Okay, they are not even on speaking terms. They could barely tolerate each other through computer screens during the tell-all. That is that tea. Who's my least favorite couple this season? Ed and Jeff. Can I put them together as a couple? Ed, Yolanda? Any news on Dean and Tariq? No. Last I heard, Dean did a live recently where he is stuck in the Philippines because he had gone there to visit his woman and now he can't leave. So he's there, and I don't know what the deal is with Tariq. I love this question. How did you come up with your username? I love it. Okay, so when my account first started, its intent was to be bring out the fraud that John and Rachel allegedly had met before the show. They were on before the 90 days. That was it was the first season, I think, before the 90 days. Maybe it was second season. So they had a website and a Instagram called Follow Our Fairy Tale. And I was like, I hated John and Rachel. So I was like, no. So the page was called Follow My Fraudy Tale. So, hiccups. My dog he's dreaming. Oh, now he stopped. So it was Follow My Fraudy Tale. And then when that season ended, I moved on to just fraud in general. And being frauded by something on the show was sort of a catchphrase that came up. Like, during my time on Reddit, somebody had started it. It was sort of a thing associated with the show. If you guys listen to, like, Kim and Kyle on the Cray Crays, they talk about frauding, and you'll see that a lot. So, TLC frauds us, right? So I ended up being frauded by TLC because TLC frauds us on these storylines. It sort of formed the basis of my Instagram. They blocked everyone who followed me. That was John. Yeah, John and Rachel. Lucy is not John's biological child now. Why wouldn't Lana just give him her personal cell phone number? That's a good question. Maybe she did, and we didn't see it. TLC elected not to show us them having video calls, and we know that they did. They just didn't show it. So maybe they did exchange. He did have her phone number, and they just didn't show it. Let's see, what else? What is going on with Jeff and Varya? Honestly, I don't know. I don't think that they're not together, but I don't know. Yeah, they had video calls. Yeah. Don't believe what TLC shows you particularly regarding David and Lana's relationship. The entire thing in Russia and Ukraine, fake. All of that was fake. Going to the candy store, all of that was completely fake and made up. Let's see what else we got. Do Erica and Stephanie still talk? I don't know. I know that as of the tell-all 2 weeks ago, they weren't on speaking terms. Why are you sure Lucy's not John's daughter? Okay. Because John can't have children. Okay. This is a good question. Have you heard about the spin-off show for this season's cast? Is it true? Okay. So the spin-off show I believe you're talking about is basically like a new version of Pillow Talk where the cast members talk about their own seasons. I have not been able to get confirmation from my sources at the network out there. So on this, so maybe, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. They haven't confirmed anything with me. So we'll have to see. But I have heard about it. Are David and I assume you mean Lana? I do not know. I think as of last week, they were not together. But I don't know. I mean, define together. Like, they had started the K-1 visa process. But they have not, but obviously nothing's happening because, all visa services are currently stopped. Is anyone going to get in trouble for the tell-all leaking? Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know what happened with the tell-all, what it was snack pack. What happened was, they live streamed, they had a link live streaming the tell-all to the cast. And as it was filming, and whoever was in charge of that live stream didn't secure it. Like, they didn't make it private. And so they, it was open and it was unsecured and they forgot to close it at the end. So this link appeared in Erica's history of watched videos. You will hear sometimes, oh, Erica leaked it. Well, she didn't really leak it. She had watched it because she's supposed to. That's how she was watching the link that they gave her, and it appeared because somebody else didn't do their job. And so that's how they got it. So if anybody's going to get in trouble, I would hope it would be somebody on the production end, but I'm not privy to any of that. That's a good one. Are Ash and Avery together? No, they are not together. They broke up a couple days to a week before the tell-all filmed, which was May 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And they have not gotten back together. It can be kind of ugly with them, but it can also be not terrible, which I saw in another question, Ash defending Avery as a mother, saying basically like she's shitty in a relationship, but she's a fantastic mom. So you think TLC Sharp leaked it purposely? I don't think they did. Okay, this is a good one. Why can't I go live with cast members? I cannot because it could technically be it would count as an interview because I'm press or whatever. I'm a blogger. They could probably do it. We would have to be careful. So their contract, there's a clause in their contract about interviews, and it's written in such a way. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, I'm a lawyer, so I'm not just talking out of my ass on this, right? The contract is written in such a way, the provision about interviews is really, really vague. So it is written in such a way that it's like, if you do it, you're doing it at your own peril. Maybe you can say stuff, maybe you can't. Don't say anything about this. Maybe you need permission, maybe you don't. It's kind of whatever. So the way I interpret it, if I talk to a cast member on live, so long as they're not revealing anything on the live that is covered by the show or that would give away what is covered by the show, I think it's fine. Just like talking to me. Like, say if I were to talk to David, hint, hint, David, about his past experience going on tours in Ukraine, the romance tours, which we talked about on our Patreon today, right? If you guys want to hear us talk about that, I am going to shamelessly plug that. I'm actually really proud of that episode. A lot of research went into it. Hanakawa and agency did a lot of work on it. And so our it's patreon.com/thefraudcast. For $3 a month, you can get all of our extra content. And today's episode was the first of a several part series on like mail order brides, arranged marriages, that sort of thing in foreign countries. Anyway, so back to the interview questions. If I were to interview Dave about something like that, it wouldn't violate his contract. Like, it wouldn't violate that provision of his contract. So there wouldn't be any violation of his contract. But it's a risky maneuver to do it because TLC knows me, they know about me, they know what I do. I would like to think they know that I'm not dumb enough to try to elicit confidential information on a live in front of hundreds of thousands of people, because that's not how we get our information. But I am happy to talk to any cast member who would. David said he'll talk about that someday. That's awesome. I'm morbid. I've got a morbid fascination with it. Super curious about it. David, we'll have to send you our Patreon episode, or you could join for $3. You have money, David. Join our Patreon. I'm not giving to you for free. It's $3 a month. David, join our Patreon and listen to the episode we did today. So some cast members are more careful about their interactions with bloggers than others. I'm not just really I don't just give out the tea of 90 Day stuff. If you're interested in just all of the general things that are happening, like, Hanakawa is a much better person to follow for that. I do fraud related stuff. So I think the cast members are much more careful, and say no to me. But I would love to interview. I have done some interviews on people who are covered by NDAs. I've interviewed Danielle. She was covered by an NDA. I've interviewed Devin's mom. She was covered by an NDA. Jason Hitch was not covered by an NDA, and he told all. And I told him. For those of you guys who remember that episode, I think it was episode 7, so a long time ago. But Jason Hitch from season 2, oh my God. I let him have it. It was good. Lana Israel. Jeffrey and Varia were not at the tell-all. Jeffrey was not invited to the tell-all, and Varia was, but she wouldn't do it without without Jeffrey. Sorry. Yes, Lana is legit. Okay, I'll tack this. Oh God, I'm so over Yolanda, but is Williams the real deal? If by real deal you mean Nigerian catfisher, then yes. He was one of the many guys that she was talking to. She knows he's Nigerian. He was never, he never lived in the UK. You think Lisa needs to be kicked off for her racist remark? Well, my God, the tell-all was horrific. Some of the cast members were so disrespectful and rude. Yep. They sure are. Okay, this is a good one. Is Jesse getting his own show or part of another show? It looks like a dating show. Yeah, it's a part of another show. They're doing this dating show, this online dating show where you're dating from your couch via Zoom or FaceTime or something. He's going to be on that as one of the daters. Have I watched the entire 10 hours of the tell-all? No. God, no. Let's see. Does Lisa have a live-in boyfriend? I have not investigated this because honestly, you guys, Lisa's just so terrible. There's so many things about her that are just icky. I'd rather spend my time on people that deserve to have more coverage. Allegedly, she does. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. Okay, I like this. What are your thoughts on quarantine episodes so far? For the most part, I really like them. I enjoy seeing them not TLC produced or with limited TLC production involved or sharp production involved. You're seeing them a little bit more raw, and I think that is good because you get to see them for really who they are. And I like them. I wasn't too much of a fan of this most recent episode because it started off with Russ and Pow, who I cannot stand, so I fast forwarded through them. Then they had Family Chantel, and I can't stand them, so I fast forwarded through them. I watched the Ben and Akini segment because it cracks me up. And for those of you who aren't aware, Ben was married to my lovely co-host once upon a time, Hanakawa. So I watched it so I could sort of make fun of what was going on with them. But overall, I'm enjoying it. Why did they keep showing Darcy? Because she's a ratings magnet. Do you think David was talking to the same Lana the entire time? Yes, I do. I know you hate this topic, but what the hell's up with Trisha and Jeffrey? You know what? I dislike that topic a lot. Like, that one's not as much as, like, if people asking me about Nicole and Asin. Like, what the fuck? Trisha Paytas, I learned, is basically this, like, YouTuber, and she's, like, known kind of as a troll, and she does, like, porn stuff, and I've seen far too many videos of her inserting really weird dildos into her cooch in ways that I'm like, that's not comfortable. Like, that's not gonna work, is it? But whatever. I had the unfortunate pleasure of seeing a video of her squirting, which you can join her OnlyFans for that. Anyway, so I think Trish is trying to grow her following, and this season of 90 Day has been such a ratings bonanza for them that I think that she has, and Jeffrey's kind of such a ratings whore too, so I think that she's latching on to that, and that they both just like are magnets for each other. They're both douches. Trashy and thirsty, and so is Jeffrey, so there you go. I'm not answering any questions about Nicole and Asin. No updates on okay, we'll talk about Jorge. Thoughts on Jorge's release from jail. Okay, so Jorge Anfisa was released from jail the other day. I reached out to ask to interview him because when he was on the show and stuff, and before he went to jail, I wasn't a thing. Bloggers weren't really a thing. Instagram wasn't really that big in the 90 Day world. He comes out of jail. I reached out to him and asked if I could interview him. And he said that he charges a high cost for his interviews, but he accepts Cash App. I said, no, thanks. Jorge is living and loving life. The fact that he and Anfisa are split does not seem to be bothering him in the least. He is thirsty. He's on TikTok. He's making thought parade videos like everywhere. Thirsty thought videos. Friday Night Lives are 10 p.m. Eastern. They will be in my stories for 24 hours, and the new update of Instagram gives me the ability to save them to my IGTVs now, so woo! That should be good. Oh, you guys have so many questions. Okay, what is the deal with Tom and his Canadian lady? Are you speaking of the blonde Shannon that was on the show? That was a girl named Shannon that he dated briefly for a couple of weeks back in, I want to say it was September. I actually posted those pictures. It's really kind of funny because they talk on the show about how Darcy saw these pictures because Stacy showed them to him because like Florian showed them to him or something. I'm actually the one that posted those online. I'm the one who leaked those photos. Those had come out, and so then that's how they got around that way. But they can't acknowledge me on the show. We can go back to this question. What does Lana get out of being on the website if she doesn't get paid? She gets friendship. She gets companionship. She gets possible romance. She gets men who are interested in. Why, what does anybody get out of a relationship, that's like entirely online? People do it all the time. So me and Tom are besties. We joke about that, but, I'm the one that outed him. Oh, I'm going to pull a dirty one on you guys here. What is the Imbra law that David kept referencing to? Hanakawa, if you're still in the room, if you can say what that means. We talk about it actually on the Patreon episode that dropped this morning. It's a law that basically protects foreign spouses that are being brought to the United States from certain like domestic violence situations and stuff like that. But if you want to hear more, listen to our Patreon episode that dropped today, patreon.com/thefraudcast. Agency does a really good description of talking about it and why it matters in the context of our favorite shows. Any idea about Jeff going live with Laura a little while ago? I popped in and then I left because they're both trash and I can't stand either one of them. So. What happened to the toe? Okay. She Lisa stubbed her toe or something, some nonsense like that before she went to Nigeria. And then being in Nigeria, walking around in sandals and dirt and all this stuff, kept getting infected and keep getting infected and keep getting worse and kept getting worse. And then apparently got so infected that they could no longer save it and they had to amputate the toe. If you want to see a picture of it, and I don't know why you would want to, it was disgusting. It's available to be seen on certain sites. I think 187 Anonymous Gossip has it up. Or Monsters and Critics has an article about it. Biggest fraud you've uncovered. I always get this question. I always think it's fascinating. It hasn't really changed. I think it might be that Tim and Jennifer met before filming. They met in Mexico and then they went and didn't like each other and then they filmed the whole Colombia before the 90 days thing. Now I'm waiting for the comments of, wait, Tim and Jennifer weren't real? Yeah. Yo, I need to learn contouring because my cheeks are looking like huge right now. I see what I did. I did too much. I didn't do the right contouring here, you guys. I need to take a contouring class. Speaking of this, for those of you guys who don't know, I started another Instagram page that's my non-90 day related stuff. There are a lot of you guys that get annoyed if I post anything non-90 day related on this page, like my makeup, or people ask me what color lipstick I'm wearing and things like that. And I don't want to clog up the feed with non-90 day related stuff on here, but there are people who are interested in these other aspects of my life for whatever reason, or just we have shared interests. I'm missing highlighted. I have highlight up here, but that's it. I didn't put it anywhere else. My lighting is affecting my look completely. My lighting's terrible in here. Everything's yellow. The light is all very yellow here. Anyway, so my other page that if you guys want to talk about sobriety and multiple sclerosis, makeup. I'm doing this big operation project vanity where I'm putting a vanity in my bedroom, and I'm reorganizing all my bathroom and makeup stuff, and it's a whole thing. I'm very excited about it. Anything like that is over on my other page, which is Just Frauded. So at Just Frauded. If you are interested, yes, ring light. You're talking about a ring light for better lighting. I have this one, but that's just a selfie light. I actually have a standing ring light coming. It's supposed to be here tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to be here. It hasn't shipped yet. So, I'm very excited about it. So I have the ring light coming, and I can get rid of all this yellow lighting, and I can do real. It'll be beautiful. I'm very excited. Oh, Hanakawa's back. What? Stephanie's sick? Let's see what else. What else? Is Darcy actually engaged? To who? To what? What are you talking about? No. She's not. Not that I'm aware of. Darcy is really getting a spinoff, yes. Why did Evelyn wipe her? Who knows why Evelyn does anything that she does? I am like, whatever. I don't like Evelyn. I don't like Corey. I don't like Evelyn. Basically, I don't know. I don't know why she wiped it. Maybe she was getting tired of being called the town mattress. I don't know. Oh, this is a good one. Do you think Caesar really met Maria off camera after filming stopped? I do not. I did not think that that's actually happened. Hanakawa brought up the theory that it's possible he did and she didn't give permission for the pictures to be used, and that's why he claimed they were deleted. I am more inclined to believe that it never actually happened. Thank you for keeping us updated on TLC. Oh, you guys are welcome. This season, I am so ready to be done with this season. Blake and Jasmine, any updates? No, I do not have any updates on them. But I'm sure they have a YouTube channel you can follow. What was with the weird German guy on quarantine? Who is German? What German guy in quarantine? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know that I would call this the longest season ever, but I'm over it. I'm really over it. I'm ready to move on. The weird German... Oh, Courtney. Okay, Courtney's boyfriend. Courtney, do you guys remember? He was with Courtney. So Courtney was on before the 90 days. She was going to Spain to meet her online boyfriend that she'd never even video chatted with, a guy named Antonio. And it didn't work out, obviously. So they were doing a quarantine edition with Courtney, and she happens to be living with her boyfriend. Now, I'm going to post this afterwards. She did an interview on the Dominic Natty show, and who's a publicist, and he has a show, and he interviewed her, and I guess there was some tea, some just catching up on her, but she had some information. It's a YouTube link. I will post it in my stories, and you guys can go watch it there. So you'll get, I think she'll update a lot of that stuff in that interview. Do you think Lisa will be charged for putting a bounty on Amber? Charged with what? Somebody was mean to me on the internet? Like, is it a real bounty? Like, does she really want him dead? No, she wants information. She doesn't want her dead. Will TLC ever address the Lisa issue? I have no idea what their plans are on dealing with her. Let's see, what else? Is Tom getting a spinoff? He implies we'll see more of him. I think the spinoff that you guys they may be talking about is this Pillow Talk-esque spinoff. So we'll see if that happens. Like I said, I haven't gotten any confirmation on or denials on it yet. So we'll see. But yeah, they may be getting this spin-off where they watch and comment on their own scenes, something like that. I think that may be what he's talking about. Thoughts on Ed talking to underage girls on live? So disturbing. Yeah, I do find it disturbing. Now, the thing is about going live with somebody is that when you just accept them, like you guys have sent requests to be in my live or whatever, you don't know who you're going live with. Like, you don't know what their age is or anything like that. He has a lot of fans and viewers that are under 18, the under 18 set. So a lot of people that he goes live with are underage. I think a lot of what he says to them is inappropriate. Like, he can't necessarily stop them from coming live. He does these random, I'm gonna, go live with random fans. Like, I don't necessarily have a problem with him going live, but once he gets on the live with them, and you can see they're underage, like, I just think some of the stuff he says is inappropriate and gross. When is the tell-all? I'm not sure. We think in a couple of weeks, but we're not entirely sure. TLC is never really good at the end of their seasons as far as the schedules. One season we were watching like what we thought was the finale, and they're like, next week on. We're like, the hell? I thought next week was the tell-all. So we'll have whether we'll have like a 2-day or a 3-day tell-all, I don't know how it's all going to work. I guess they're just going to see what they had to re-edit stuff once the tell-all leaked, because like last week the scene was going to end with David standing around in the square looking for Lana, but once the tell-all got out that they'd shown that he had actually met her, they ended the season or the scene with her actually coming. So if they're doing all of these last minute edits because of the leak and stuff, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of episodes of how they're going to wrap it up, how many more they're going to do. Let's see. We are getting close to an hour, you guys. Is Jeffrey fired because he just went live with Laura? He said he was. No, he didn't get fired. First of all, he didn't get fired. Second of all, he didn't get fired for going live with Laura. He's being ignored and blackballed because he's got multiple pending criminal allegations accusing him of domestic violence and kidnapping. So that's the problem. Not going live with Laura. Do I know why Big Ed has no neck? Yeah, I forget the name of it, but it's like KMF or KPF, something like that. It's a birth defect that he was born with. There's a specific name, Klein something. He's posted about it. I'm sure somebody can post it here in the comments. Dr. Kelly, maybe you can post the name of what it is that Ed has in the comments, if you're able to. Dr. Kelly is one of our admins extraordinaire. But it's allegations. Yes, it's allegations. But if they turn out to be true, then you're at a problem. What am I drinking tonight? What? See how well you guys know me. What do I drink every Friday night? Ooh. What am I drinking? Oh, you guys don't know me at all. Heidi knows me. There you go. Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, I do not drink alcohol. I'm sober. I've been sober for 4.5 years, since I've had a drop of alcohol. I drink sparkling water. This week it's not La Croix. It just happens to be Polar. That's just what happened to be in the fridge. This is lime today. You guys are all White Claw. Dr. Kelly, some fizzy water. Yeah. From Wegmans, 90-day buffoonery. Yeah, usually it is. With quarantine, I can't be picky on brands. I just get what I get. But yeah, so no wine, no Patron. No, it's sparkling water, hard stuff. Lime. I know, you did. 90-day buffoonery. Yeah. I drink a lot of sparkling water. Oh, this is good. What's your favorite TV show besides 90 Day? I like true crime stuff. So you'll find me on like Oxygen or Investigation Go, but my all-time favorite is probably MSNBC Lockup, which is no longer, they're not making new episodes. They canceled it like last season or something. Oh, sorry. Anyway, Lockup is my favorite. And it's Lockup Friday, so that's what I watch. I think the dogs were sitting on my remote control when the TV was on, because there it is. Oh, and they're in Fairfax. Ha ha! Fairfax, this is where I live. There we go. And there's one of my cats. That's Winnie. She's sleeping on the cable box. But this is probably my all-time favorite show. And probably time for a couple more questions because it's almost 11. What did I like to drink back in the day? I drank a lot of wine from a box, usually Target boxed wine was my drink of choice. But whatever, if it was in front of me, I drank it. What is, oh no, you know what, I'll end on this, I think. What is your podcast? So, the podcast is named The Fraudcast because we uncover fraud in the show, The 90-Day Related World. It is hosted by myself and in the comments, 90 Day Fiancé Today, her name is Hanakawa. She and I co-host the Fraudcast, and we also have that drops every Tuesday, and then it's supposed to be Thursday, but it's been Fridays more lately, is our Patreon, which is patreon.com/the Fraudcast. And we talk about all kinds of other topics there. We cover other reality shows, but we also cover just other topics. Like I said, today we did a segment on like the Russia mail order brides, Ukraine brides, those kinds of things. We're going to do a segment on like the Japanese marriage culture, which is fascinating and very different than what we're used to here. Chinese arranged marriages, things like that. Thanks for asking the silly questions, Sauce on Side. How do you so patiently and calmly answer the same questions over and over? Because people don't know, like, right? Like, I'm not a bitch. I try not to be a bitch. I try to just do the right thing. And this, what I do. Do I get frustrated sometimes? Absolutely. But it's not usually with you guys just asking questions. What I get frustrated with is like, people who like try to draw me into drama, things like that. When people have like, if people don't like me, like, I get that. I'm not for everybody. I can be a lot. My account is about spoilers. A lot of people don't like that. There's a lot of reasons to not like me. There's a lot of reasons to not like my podcast. That's fine. Don't watch me. Don't follow me. Don't listen to my podcast. But you'd think that would be easy. But what happens is these people get into my inbox or my comments or the reviews on iTunes and like run their mouth talking shit. And it's like, okay, I respect that you have this opinion. You can have that opinion. You can dislike this. You can dislike that. But like, does it make you feel better to come into my inbox and tell me that I yawn too much on my lives, that I do? Like, I'm sorry. There's just a lot of weird stuff. Sometimes people, like, I got shit for opening the other Instagram page, which is like, but people get mad, and rightly so, when if I post too much personal stuff on this page, because it's for 90 day, right? Like, people don't want to necessarily, like, I'm sorry, I'm still going to post my dogs because, there's my dogs, right? But, like, you don't need to see me talking about my crystals or my makeup or all that stuff. It's totally understandable. You don't want to, you check in to see 90 day stuff. Totally fine, right? And then, so I made this other page so I could post that stuff. And this girl was all up in my inbox or on the comments, whatever it was, talking about how, oh my God, I'm so full of myself. I don't know what it was. It's like, it's those kinds of things that I don't get. And then I don't get where whenever like I post FabFitFun boxes, I get a free box from them. I don't get paid by them. I don't get residuals. I don't get anything. I know there's no kickbacks. Like, if you use my code, I don't get anything out of that. Like, all I get is the free box they send me to take a picture with. But when I post it, there's people who you would think that, like, I just posted a picture of me kicking puppies, because they're so offended that how dare I get any personal benefit out of this. Like, I'm not allowed to make money off of it, they tell me, despite, like, I'm not trying to be a millionaire here. I have a day job. I have a really good day job. I do this for fun on the side. I'm not trying to, like, make it my career, and make money off of it. But if someone's going to give me free FabFitFun stuff, I'm going to use it. Like, will it make you feel better to come into my shit and talk shit about me? Like I said, I really, really respect people having their differences of opinion. You listen to my podcast, we get told all the time that we laugh a lot. Some people think that's a good thing. Some people think that's a bad thing. That's fine. If it's not your thing, move the fuck on. Hit next. Don't follow my page. Don't listen to my podcast. It's not mandatory listening. And I feel that way about all of the podcasts. I feel that way about all of the bloggers. There's room for all of us in this field. Like, there's enough room for us. There's enough gossip. My God, there's certainly enough cast trash happening for us all to have a little piece of it. Like, they're always, yeah, exactly. They're going to find something to to complain about. Yeah. Rant alert. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Should I put a notice about that? Anyway. All right. And I can't, Joshua, New York, talker of shits, her trial has not gone forward yet. They're waiting on her trial. That's the only thing I have on that. Now, I'm about a few more minutes before Instagram kicks me off. I'm not going into hour 2. Let me just touch on these last questions about the podcast. The podcast is not only on Patreon. No, there's the free version of it, and then there's the Patreon version of it, which are all of our 90-day stuff is on the free version. It's in my bio. You click on it, you can go. It's called The Fraudcast. Anywhere you get podcasts, you can find it. That's all of our 90-day related stuff. On Patreon, if you go to patreon.com/thefraudcast for as low as $3 a month, you can subscribe and get an additional content of 1 extra episode a week. And that's content completely unrelated to 90 Day, whether it's other reality TV shows, whether it's just documentaries, whatever, all kinds of different topics that we do over there. But all of our 90 Day stuff is on the free version. And you can definitely, you can find that anywhere you get the podcast. It is, it's called The Fraudcast. In the show notes, Like if you want to support us and just give us a donation just because you like us, like that particular episode, in the show notes there's a link. It's a thing that the podcast hosting provider does. I don't even have the ability to edit it out. So, but there's a link there to donate if you want to donate, or are your voices sped up on the podcast? Not intentionally, no. Like, you can speed it up on your end. You can make it faster on your podcast app. They're showing Fairfax County Courthouse on TV, and I was there. I have had... Anyway, that's all I got for you today, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're all staying safe with quarantine. I am gonna go, you can find all of these things in all the links to all of this stuff in my bio. And follow me at justfrauded.com. Not .com. Jesus, it's late. If you want to see my personal stuff. Okay? Thank you again. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.